It is 2 in the morning, and I am falling asleep. I am not aware. I'm having strange hallucinations, and I am becoming incredibly unaware of my own reality. And so, that seems like the perfect time to talk about The Cube. Neil, I'm incredibly glad that you liked it. I wasn't sure how you guys are going to react to this, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. It's, in my opinion, The Cube is a forgotten classic. It's absolutely fantastic. The story's told in real time, and this is, you made me realise this, Neil, with when you were talking about when he's talking to the Black Panther. He made me realise that the story's told in real time, and it genuinely takes him an hour in his life to break down in that environment. He doesn't last an hour. So yeah, that just added something to me. That just added something to the whole experience of your video. So yes, I mean, yeah, that's good. The Cube is absolutely fantastic. For anybody watching this that hasn't seen the movie, a man known only as the Man wakes up in a cube, and he doesn't know how he got there, and he wants to know how he got there. And there are doors into the cube that you can only open if they belong to you. Everybody has their own door, and he has to find his door to get out of the cube. The great thing about the movie is that it never explains it. It gives you all of these theories, like when the scientists come in, they say it's an experiment. There's the guy that wonders, that asks if he's dead. There's all of these things. There's the guy that comes in and tells him that he's in a television play, which is wonderful. But at the end of the day, it never explains why he's in the cube, and he never learns and you never learn. He's just there. You never learn what the cube is. It seems to be magical. There's definitely things about it. The woman, for example, that changes. He sees himself at a party. The fact that he gets projected to the party. The fact that, you know, furniture can magically appear and disappear, seemingly it will, from the room. So there's a supernatural element to it, but frankly I don't want to know what it is. I'm glad that it doesn't tell you. I'm glad that it doesn't sort of ram it down your throat, be like, yes, he's dead. No, this is a thing. This is, you know, I'm glad that it doesn't do that. It definitely does leave it open to your own interpretation, but I don't want to interpret it in any way. I think it's better if you just leave it and just have it the way it is. The movie's really funny as well. It doesn't sound like it would be funny, but some of the people that come in, like the really awful guitarist that comes in, and then he has a really awful band. There's the bit where he's told that he can leave the cube. The master of the cube, I don't know what they call him, but he's like kind of the boss, and he knows what's going on. And he offers the guy to leave, and he says, yeah, go through that door, and then two gorillas in ballet dresses come and start singing that you're happy in the cube. And then it happens. That's funny. The best bit, I think, is the guy who's later revealed to be an actor that you think is broken out of another cube. He comes in and he says that his cube is older because his cube has squares, because the walls of the man's cube are lined with rectangles. And then he just proceeds to shout at him. He's like, how can I trust you? How can I trust you if you don't even have any squares in this place? Sometimes you just need to be in a place where you got squares. Oh, I miss those squares. Just take you and your rectangles and go. Oh, that's brilliant. It's hilarious. Like you said, Neo is by Jim Henson, which is wonderful. Jim Henson is a genius. He of course created the Muppets and things like that, but he also created The Labyrinth, which is wonderful, which is a wonderful movie, and The Dark Crystal, which is, I think, probably my favourite movie that he ever made. It's absolutely fantastic. The Dark Crystal is just brilliant. But this was a kind of this was an experiment for him. He'd done sort of live action things before, but this was the sort of thing that made him concentrate exclusively on puppets for the rest of his career, and the rest of his life, I guess. And I think as a departure point, it's absolutely wonderful. It is just genuinely an interesting film. I had other things to say. Yes, Jim Henson's actually in it. When there's two scientists, there's like a tall kind of thin one and a smaller, fatter one. Jim Henson is the tall scientist in that scene. Just thought if you'd like to go back and check it, and I thought that'd be interesting for you. The story isn't based. The film isn't based on a story, but there's a story supposedly that's very similar to it. It's a short story called The Squirrel Cage. And after watching this again, I decided to order it. So when it comes in, I'll let you guys know what I think about it. I got it for a penny, which is nice. So I'll let you guys know what I think about it when I read the story that's remarkably similar to it. So yes, The Cube is absolutely wonderful. I can't really find any faults with it at all. The special effects are awful. There's green screen in it, and it's really, really bad green screen. But I don't think it detracts from it. I think it kind of adds to the charm of the movie. I think it's wonderful. All the performances are brilliant. Everything's spot on. It's just an amazing movie, and it's such a shame that like nobody knows it exists. And Neil, you're so right. This should be released on DVD. There's absolutely no reason that this shouldn't be released on DVD, especially now, you know. And it's by Jim Henson, who's like one of the most famous people in the world, and he created the Muppets, for God's sake. Why would you not release a Jim Henson movie on DVD? It's insane. The only thing that's wrong with it, in my opinion, is the ending. Not that it doesn't explain anything, but I think just because it's in the movie earlier, when the TV critic comes in and says, "Wow, it's the perfect subject for a television play," and then shows him the end of the movie, where he gets the girl, but then flips out and starts yelling at the camera that he doesn't want this anymore, he doesn't want to be in the cube, and he doesn't want the girl. I think that would be a better ending to the film than the one we get. I'd just genuinely love it if like they showed the ending of the movie 20 minutes in 20 minutes into the movie, and then at the end it happens. I think that'd be fantastic. So the fact that it doesn't end with the ending that they say it is genuinely the only thing about this that I can fault. I think it's like as close to a perfect movie as you're ever gonna get. I genuinely love this. I downloaded the video from Google Video. I managed to rip it using Real Player, and I'm going to put it on DVD, and I'm going to put it in my collection forever because I love it. It's wonderful. Jesse, you're at DEF CON, I think. I don't know when you're back, but when you're back, please be sure to watch this movie because it's absolutely amazing. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.